Hello everyone and welcome into Coach Craig's Sports. This is the NBA DFS Core Pick video for Tuesday, March 18th. If you're joining me for the very first time, first of all, welcome in. Second of all, this is how today's video will be structured. We go over my core picks for both DraftKings and FanDuel. In the morning, I'll be posting up my morning injury report. That will have the injury report for 7 of the teams in play. It's going to be a 4-game main slate in total. The lone team on the back-to-back is going to be the Golden State Warriors, who are playing late on Monday evenings. So we're probably not going to get that injury report probably till later on in the day. But once we do get their injury report, I will have it posted down in the comment section, as well as any other injury updates that do come out throughout the day. And then also be sure to look out for my updated core about 20 to 30 minutes prior to lock, or as those changes do become available. And then last but not least, I'll be posting as many of these starting lineups as I can get to down in the comment section below. So definitely be on the lookout for all that information so that you do have the most up-to-date information as we do head into lock. But without further ado, we'll get started on the DraftKings side. We're going to start off at that point guard position. I have D'Angelo Russell here once again, who's been in this core picks quite a bit as of late. Going against the Boston Celtics, not the greatest matchup in the world, but $5,900. Looking for $29.30 out of him, averaging about 27 so far in the season. Currently, I'm projected for about 29, so it looks like a decent value play, at least earlier on the start off the day. We'll have to see if any other potential values open up throughout the day that maybe supplement him at that point in time. But just keep in mind it's a 4-game main slate. The value's a little bit tighter just in general. And then we move down to the shooting guard with Dyson Daniels of the Atlanta Hawks. $6,900, looking for $34.35 out of him. He's averaging 34.5 so far in the season. Good matchup versus the Charlotte Hornets. Good pace-up spot just in general. Definitely do like his upside in this matchup. Currently, I have him projected for about 36, 37. Could have a little bit of upside for more, especially if he's active on that defensive end once again. Could have a little bit of downside for less at the same time as well. Then we move down to small forward with Cam Johnson of the Brooklyn Nets. $7,100, looking for 35, 36 out of him. He's been playing extremely well as of late. Currently, I have him projected for about 38, 39 in this matchup versus the Boston Celtics. Might be a little bit tougher one, but Jaylen Brown's going to be missing this game. Jason Tatum list is questionable, so there is a chance that this game ultimately ends up remaining a little bit more competitive than it would be otherwise. So definitely do like Cam Johnson in that spot because he's probably going to be a big reason why. Then we move down to power forward. I have the rookie in Zachary Risher, probably mispronouncing his name, but $4,400, looking for 22 out of him. Averaging just under 21 so far on the season. Goes against the Charlotte Hornets. Should be a pace-up spot. There is no Karis LeVert for this game, so his minutes might be a little bit more solidified than they would be otherwise. I definitely like getting some shots of him, Terrence Mann, and Georges Niang. I think all three have potential upside, especially on this smaller slate, with no Karis LeVert in the lineup for the Atlanta Hawks in this matchup. And with all that being said, I like the upside that he can have on any given slate. Currently, I'm projected for 26. Definitely has some strong upside for more, but does come with some pretty significant downside for less at the same time as well. Then last but not least, we're going down to that center position with Al Horford. You could also play him at power forward if you want to do so. $5,100, looking for 25, 26 out of him. Averaging just under 23 so far in the season. Good matchup versus the Brooklyn Nets. Should be in that starting lineup, I would assume. If Jason Tatum's out, he's definitely in the starting lineup. If Tatum plays, they could still go with Sam Hauser and have Al Horford come off the bench. So that will be something that we'll monitor as the day moves along. But if Al Horford's playing, I like him in this matchup. Currently, I'm projected for 28. Definitely could have a little bit of upside for more, a little bit downside for less, but he's been a really solid contributor as of late for this Boston Celtics team. But with that being said, if you go with the 5 players that I do currently have listed here, you'll have $20,600 remaining. Just under $6,900 remaining per player. So at least early on looks like a little bit more of a balanced build type of day. A couple of values that you can play, especially from the Atlanta Hawks team, like I mentioned with Karis LeVert being out, whether that be Terrence Mann, Georges Niang, Zachary Risher, a lot of different options out there. We'll see if any other value does ultimately end up opening up throughout the day, especially coming out of that Warriors injury report as well. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to FanDuel and talk about my core picks over there. So on the FanDuel side, at the point guard position, I have Derek White here at $7,100, looking for 35, 36 out of him. Currently averaging just under 33 so far in the season. Decent matchup versus the Brooklyn Nets, although it is a pace-down spot. If Jason Tatum is to miss in this game, Derek White would get a big usage bump at the same time as well. Mainly would be him and Porzingis getting that big usage bump. Peyton Pritchard probably gets one too as well, but definitely do like Derek White in that case. Otherwise, Jaylen Brown's out. Should be more shots and uses to go around even with just Jaylen Brown out, so definitely like Derek White in that role. It's an interesting matchup versus the Nets, like I said. A little bit of a pace-down spot, but I still like Derek White for 36 fantasy points in this game overall. Then we moved down to shooting guard with Moses Moody, who's been playing big minutes as of late, $5,100, looking for 25, 26 out of him. He's outperformed this price tag most of the games as of late, although he's only averaging just over 17 on the season. But he's been in that starting lineup playing bigger minutes as of late. Goes against the Milwaukee Bucks. Could be an interesting matchup for him overall, especially if that three ball is going down. But if the Warriors are missing some of their key players, whether it's Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Jimmy Butler, there is extra shots and usage to go around, and Moses Moody could be a guy that benefits from that overall. And with all that being said, currently I'm projected for about 26. Definitely could have a little bit of upside for more. Obviously, it does come with a little bit of downside for less at the same time as well. Then we move down to small forward with Cam Johnson of the Brooklyn Nets in that Boston Celtics matchup. Looking for 35 out of him at $7,000. He's averaging just over 31.5 fantasy points per game on the season. He's been really good as of late, so I definitely do like him in this matchup. If this game remains competitive at all, he's going to be a big reason why. Currently, I'm projected for 37, 38 fantasy points in this game overall, and he definitely does come with some extra upside for more. Not too much downside for less, unless that shot's really not going down and he's not doing much else, or this game ultimately ends up being a blow-up. But overall, he looks like one of the safer plays overall on the day. And then we move down to power forward with Zachary Ereishisher once again for the Atlanta Hawks. $4,700, so he's a little bit more expensive on the FanDuel side. Looking for 23, 24 out of him. Averaging about 20.5 so far on the season. Good pace-up spot versus the Charlotte Hornets. There is no Karis LeVert in this game. So whether you want to get to him, Terrence Mann, or Georges Niang, I think one of those three is going to have some pretty significant upside, especially with some extra minutes to go around. So I'm betting on the rookie to do it in this matchup tonight. Currently, I'm projected for 26. Definitely has some strong upside for more, but he does have some strong downside for less at the same time as well. And then last but not least, at center, we're going with Al Horford. You could also play my power forward, but at $5,300, looking for 26, 27 out of him. Currently, I'm projected for 28. Do assume that he's in that starting lineup. Once again, if he's not, then maybe we swap off of him to somebody else, but it just kind of depends on if Jason Tatum plays or not. But do like Al Horford in this matchup. Currently have him projected for 28 once again. Not too much else to be said here. Looks like a decent value play as we do start off the day. But with that being said, if you go with the 5 players that I do currently have listed on the FanDuel side, you have $30,800 remaining, $7,700 remaining per player. So a decent amount of money remaining. You know, you could still pay up for a star player if that's something you really want to do, whether that's Giannis, James Harden, somebody else like that. And then you do have the potential to pay down at some other spots. We'll see what other value ultimately ends up opening up as the day moves along, especially when it comes to that Warriors injury report. That could be a big value spot on this 4-game main slate overall. Could make for a very interesting slate. But with that being said, these are my core picks for both DraftKings and FanDuel for Tuesday, March 18th. As always, if you have any questions related to NBA DFS, be sure to drop them down in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. Once again, I will be listing my early morning injury report. That will have the injury report for 7 of the 8 teams playing on this slate overall. The one team on the back-to-back is going to be that Golden State Warriors team. A very important piece of information for this slate overall. So I will be posting their injury report once it does come out, as well as all the other injury updates that do happen throughout the day. So definitely on the lookout for all of those updates. It's going to play a very important role on this slate overall. And then I will also be posting my updated core about 20 to 30 minutes prior to lock. That will be left as a pinned comment. If there's any other additional changes after that point in time, I will leave them as a reply to that pinned comment. And then last but not least, I'll be posting as many of the starting lineups as I can get to throughout the evening as well. So definitely make sure that you are checking up in the comment section, especially as we do get closer to lock, so that you do have the most up-to-date information as possible. But with that being said, if you are brand new to my channel, checking out for the very first time, or have yet to subscribe, please consider doing so. Definitely would appreciate it. Helps to build the community that we're trying to build here at Coach Craig Sports, which is one that's truly for you, the viewers, helping you with your DFS. Right now we have NBA DFS in terms of the core picks Tuesday through Friday. Been dropping some NFL draft content as of late, and then coming up very, very soon, we'll be dropping some UFL and MLB DFS content. So if any of that piques your interest outside of NBA DFS, definitely would appreciate the support on those videos as well. And then, you know, if it's something you haven't checked out before, if it's something you haven't tried before, I definitely would encourage you to do so. But obviously, take a little bit of research with it. If you have any questions about it whatsoever, feel free to reach out, and I'd definitely be more than willing to help you at the same time as well. And then last but not least, if you're interested in sports betting, if you're interested in prop betting whatsoever, be sure to check out the links and promo codes down in the description below for BetUS, Prize Picks, and Parlay Play. If you are a brand new user on any one of those 3 sites, when you sign up, make your initial deposit, you will get a first match deposit bonus. For Prize Picks and Parlay Play, it's 100% match up to $100. And then for BetUS, it's 125% match up to $2,000. So some pretty great opportunities to be had out there. If you have any other additional questions related to that whatsoever, feel free to reach out to me, whether it's down in the comment section of this video or on Twitter at Coach Craig Sport, and be more than happy to help you with that journey as well. But with that being said, that's all that I truly have for today's video. Definitely do appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. Definitely means a lot to me. I hope that each and every one of you have a great rest of your day and some pretty good luck in NBA DFS for Tuesday, March 18th.